Hey everybody, it's your old pal Rob. Today, as I promised, we give everything a fair shot. We are going to be playing What Lies Beneath. Now, we'll go through a bit of this. I'll start from the very beginning, and this way you can make a decision that'd be good for you. Um, so I'm going to read from the book here. When we need to roll dice and stuff, we'll go down to the table and fill out this character sheet as well while we're there, and we'll add items to it and stuff like that, and we'll just give this a go. What do you say? Why waste time, right? Let's get right to it. Okay. Unless you're an electrical engineer out there, please email me at novaprime860@hotmail.com. All right, so let's start. So the book starts off where you have this. It starts off with the words, "Quest righteously for the righteous cause, and you shall live." Okay. Okay, encounter one. That's where we're going to start off, right? Okay, so it's the first page. And there's a whole thing here. So you dream you are in a chapel. Small, high-pitched voices sing an ancient song. You draw in the scents of stone and incense. Yet, a sense of unease washes through you. The comfortable smell is a veil. The core is more macabre. Dream yields to waking confusion. A grave, dust, bones, and dry death. A flickering torch underground, a crypt. In the near darkness, you remember nothing, not even your name. Okay. Hey, Freeman, how are you? You don't even remember your name. You wait, listen for anything to provide answers. Nothing. The flesh of your arm aches. You touch it, leathery. Excuse me. A rough tumor-like growth covers your forearm. The weak torchlight sparkles from its surface as if from a wound, yet it feels dry. The flesh around it throbs as if infiltrated by a stealthy, spreading infection. You catch a wisp of a breeze, heavy with the stench of rot. You gag. Yet the breeze suggests a way out. You take the torch, determined to get out of here alive. Well, things don't sound so good right off the bat. It gives you an overview from there, which we're not going to kind of read over, but we'll go right into the game. But there is a page here. Okay, let me just get my mouse over here so I can switch cameras. All right. So you're going to have this sheet, and on this, you are going to roll 2 dice. Okay. And that's what we're going to do right now. 6 and a 6. You have your 2 dice. Select one. Okay. Leave the other blank. All right. So what we're going to do is roll another dice. Okay, 5. Okay. So from there, I have the choice to be either a warrior or a wizard. If you roll doubles, it doesn't make any sense. It means you're a wizard. But we're going to be a warrior. We're going to choose a warrior. So we're going to pick our warrior's name, and I'm just going to turn this a bit so I can write on it. I'm going to write down warrior. Warrior Joe. There we go. And these are going to be his stats. He's going to hit for 2. He's going to have 2 dexterity. That's a good one. He's going to have 1 wit and 8 vigor. Vigor is your life. Okay. In the spot, XP. Are your experience points, which you'll have the opportunity to spend on leveling or boosting a new character. ENC is a spot to write the encounter that you are about to read. If you need to pause the game. Okay, so if you need, this is kind of neat, because if you need to pause the game, you can just write what encounter and number you are in. and then it kind of is a save for you. Okay, all right, here we go. All right, so now after we did that, it says proceed to the next encounter, go to E2. So if we decide to stop the game at all, we would stop it at E2. Okay, not a problem. I think we got this. All right. You stumble out of the crypt and immediately trip on your weak legs, sending a few scrolls clattering into the darkness as you fall prone to the ground. Suddenly, a rat hisses into your face. Not good, not good. On the below page, you notice that you have two options. So this is kind of, it teaches you the game as you go. Okay. All right. So the first option, start with hit at 2. Offers you the opportunity of trying to hit the rat. The rules for hitting appear on the next page. If you succeed in hitting the rat, you gain 1 XP. If you fail, you lose 1 vigor, as the rat gnaws on you for a little while. The second option starts with continue, simply directing you and proceeding to the next encounter, which is E3. Okay. When you see a list of options like this, proceed through them in order. Each option is optional, except that if you reach the last option, you must take that option. For example, you could try to hit the rat, succeed or fail, and then continue on to the next option and proceed to E3. You don't have to hit the rat. You can just decide to skip the first option and go to the last option by fleeing to E3. It's your choice. Hitting. Okay, hit tests. Hitting is a test of whether you can roll at least 1 die greater or equal to the threshold. In order to defeat the foe, for example, the test hit 2, and E2 translates to test your hit skill at level 2, which means that you need to roll a 2 or higher. Your character's hit statistic indicates the number of dice you get to roll. For example, a wizard would, with a hit of 1, would roll 1 die, while a warrior with a hit of 2, which we have, rolls 2 dice. Certain items allow you to manipulate the dice after you roll them. If you exceed at least 1, the target threshold has been succeeded. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go down, and we're going to roll 2 dice. So we have to beat A2. Can we beat A2? Well, we better, or else we're not a very good warrior, and we get a 6. That would have been a fail if we were rolling 1 die, but we got a 6, and that's good enough. So we're going to get 1 experience point for that. So I don't know why you would just keep putting 1s in here. I'm going to put XP over here and just total them up. And when we're done, we'll put the number in the box. So I got 1 right there. All right. All right. So there we go. So now get up and flee. Well, no, now that we killed the rat, we can just leave. There you go. All right. Let's continue on. Hey, Alexis. Let's continue on. You enter a tunnel, a rough-hewn rock alternating with bricks. Slippery goo drips down the walls. Your torchlight glistens from a bit of metal wedges in the rock. Examine it, you see a key. On the page below, you notice that you have 2 options. Okay, the first option, starting with Dex 4, offers you the opportunity to dexterously pull the slippery key from the rock. The rules for dexterity tests appear on the next page. Okay, so this is one of the things that we're going to play it the way they show it. So what we do, and I'm going to go down to the table and show you how a dexterity test is taken. I have a dexterity of 2, so that means I get to do this twice. Dexterity 4 means that I'm going to take 2 dice, and I'm going to pile them on each other like that. Okay? Then, measuring 4 inches from it. Okay, I broke out my handy ruler. I'm going to take a die. And I have to roll the die, hit this without knocking the dice off. Okay? I could spin it. I could do anything. I could make it do that. I can do anything I want with it. But the key is not to knock it off. Okay? Okay, so here we go. Oh, missed. Now, because I have dexterity 2, I get to do it twice. Hit it. So I passed my dexterity test, and I'm going to get that key. And that key is going to be called CP1. Okay? And why? What's the key originally called? Oh, Crypt Pass Key 1. So we're going to write that in there. CP1. So we have a Crypt Key 1. All right. We're off to a great start here. All right. So let's just move that up there. All right. So we were able to pass the dexterity test. Now it says continue, and it says follow the tunnel. Okay, so let's follow the tunnel and go to E4. As you creep through the tunnel, you observe a metal door built inside the wall beside you. The door is half your height, about as tall as a wee folk, such as a goblin who lives in the mountains or the gnomes in the forest of this magical world. Teg, a massive bar, crosses the door, sealed with a padlock the size of your fist, or a wee folk, the size of 2 fists. Well, we're not. If your character is a wizard, is a druid or wizard, you notice that you have a crystalline tooth in your pocket. Gain item WCF1, which I guess refers to the arcane appendix for details. You do not gain these items if your character is not a druid or a wizard. Okay. Now, notice that you have 2 options below. The first option, starting with item CP1, offers you the opportunity to unlock the door provided you have the specific item, the key from E3, okay, which we do. The rules for that item test appears on the next page. You have to test for it? Okay. Items are not used up unless Arcane Appendix indicates that they are single use. If you can unlock the door and you decide to do so, immediately turn to E8. Okay? Without proceeding to the second option below. If you lack the item, there is no failure consequence, just go to the next option, which is E5. As with earlier encounters, you can choose to skip the first option and just go to the last option, proceeding to E5. In other words, even if you have the key, you can choose not to use it. Okay? Other tests. All right, this is not I haven't read. So the only thing I want to check is the CP1. Is it one-use item? So they have a little rules thing in the back here, and we'll try that out. Okay, so let me take a look here. CP1. This item enables you to unlock most padlocks early in the game. If an encounter offers option CP1, then you may use that option. So it doesn't say that it is one-time use. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to use that key, okay, and go to E8. All right. I know how to test for wit. Okay. 6. No, I don't have to worry about that. 7, 8. Okay. Here we go. It takes a bit of jiminy and juggling, but at last you get the padlock open. Expecting the little door's hinges to be old and rusty, you pull hard and find it pops open easily. The tiny room behind the door was apparently pressurized. as a blast of air hits your face with an audible whoosh. This air carries a black mist, similar to goo, that entirely covers the walls, ceilings, and floors of the tiny room beyond the door. This mist blasts into your arms and face as the door pops open. The goo bonds to your skin. Its surface strongly resembles the strange tumor on your arm. Great. You feel a similar ache whenever the goo has touched you. Gain 1 karma tag. You may refer to the arcane appendix for details for how karma affects you. So I'm going to give myself down here 1 karma tag. Okay. So we'll just put 1 here. Okay, there we go. Nice. Now, and also gain 1 XP. So that's 2. Okay, so we got 2 of those. All right. So I'm going to read to you how karma affects you. And we have to go to the back of the book. Yeah, back of the book again. And karma. Negative moral adhesions. You may have more than 1 karma tag. Each karma tag increases the likelihood that you will experience evil fate. Oh, great. So that's not cool. All right. So down on the bottom it says continue. All right. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to continue. Try to avoid gooey black ooze in the future. Go to E5. So we got to go back in the book here. The cavern divides 2 arches extending over the openings, each etched with barely visible runes, not written in common tongue. The darkness beyond one or both openings echoes with the sound of rushing water and, unless your imagination lies to you, a soft buzz. Note that there are 3 options below. First option, starting with wit at 4, offers you an opportunity to decipher the runes. If you succeed, immediately turn to the indicated encounter E33 rather than continuing with the other options. If you choose not to use the first option, or if you fail the first option, then continue to the second or third options. These allow you to proceed to the left or the right of the tunnel. Okay, so we got it? Okay, all right. So, with 4 means that you roll 4 dice and you have to manipulate them in a sequence, which means 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 4, 4, 5, 6, 3, 4, 5, 6, and such. If you had wit 3, it'd be, Sablik, thank you! Excited to see a dexterity test. Sablik, thank you. We'll get you at the end of this. Okay. Depending on what your wit is, my wit is 1. Okay. I can do one of the following things. I can roll the die. I can flip the die, turning it upside down. I can increase the die by 1. A 6 always remains a 6. All right. And if you turn a die upside down, you know that the other side of a 2 is a 5. So that might help you. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to decipher the runes, just so you guys can see it. I think that will be that'll be a blast. It'd be very exciting. Hold on. Okay. So I have to roll 4 dice. So I'm going to take 4 dice, and I am going to roll them. All right. I don't even have to worry about manipulating anything because your boy here got 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right. So that's the way it's supposed to go. All right. A wit test has been performed, and I have done it. And let us all sing. All right. So we passed that. So we're going to go to E33. Oh my, what's going to happen there? Now, if I had failed that, I would be able to manipulate it 1 time. Okay. But right now, I have plenty of wit, plenty of dexterity, all that kind of stuff. All right, so now we are going to go. We are at E33. The runes are a mixture of two languages. Older, more eroded symbols are Gomish script with a rhyming chant to ward off danger. Gain 1 ward tag. So I'm going to mark that down without going down there. So we have a ward tag. Scroll. So, do you want to know what a ward tag is? Ugh, no problem. I got you. Ward. Ward to your mother. Okay, ward. Ward of the weird. This tag represents blessing, charms, probability manipulations, cantrips, lucky rabbit's feats, and all such guards to mitigate evil and manifest blessing. You may have more than 1 ward tag. If an encounter offers the option tag ward, then you may use that option. In addition, having ward tags can provide you benefits. Example: an encounter might state, if you have 2 or more ward tags, gain 1 XP. Okay, there we go. All right. Makes sense, right? Okay. All right. Scrawling. Let's get back to our encounter here. Scrawling. Beneath these newer graffitied in a gobblish script with runes for water and down on the left-hand tunnel. On the right-hand tunnel, runes indicate beast training and down. So I have 2 continues here. Enter the left-hand tunnel labeled water and down, go to E11. Enter right-hand tunnel labeled beast training and down. Water. Do we want to fight something? Or do we want to go swim? I'm gonna go beast training. Why not? So we're gonna go to E22. Alright, this isn't gonna be good. I'm a warrior. You hear beast, it's something to kill. You step into the right hand tunnel. Arcing, it becomes a spiral ramp down with a space to your right. As you proceed, the space widens in the vast gulf, revealing a massive chamber. The spiraling ramp hugs the wall of this chamber and you creep downwards. The buzzing pauses. Torchlight moves along the floor of the chamber, astonishingly far beneath you. You hear voices echoing below. Do I try to pass a Wit 3 test? Search for a dark area of the ramp and hide for a while? Or do I do a dexterity test at 2 and quietly continue down the ramp? I'm going to do the dex 2, okay? I think I have a better chance at that, so let's do that, okay? So we're going to take our 2 dice. Boop. We're going to take our friendly... Now, what's pretty neat is that there is these spaces here that actually are a ruler on the right-hand side. I don't know if you can see them because I printed them out. But I'm just going to use my ruler here, okay? Okay. So I'll put that there. And I'll put a dice there. And we're off and running. Okay, let's see if I can hit this. I have 2 shots at it, okay? It's right nearby the 1 there. So, there we go. I hit it. So, it is a success. All right? So, I was able to pass my dexterity test. Gatorade. Love it. So, I had to take a sip there. So, I passed my dexterity test, and it says go to E50. Okay, E50. You sneak along the ramp, watching your step to avoid tripping or accidentally making noise. You reach a flat area at the bottom of the ramp. When you conceal yourself behind a pile of boxes. We folk hold the torches, each wearing a red cap, one with a long beard, is lecturing the other. The speaker opens a small satchel, withdraws a handful from within, and throws sparkling dust at the other, who suddenly transforms into a naked, buzzing beast that flies upwards. We're going to gain 1 XP. So that's going to give us 3 XP. Okay. And we have a choice. Item MD1. Item MD1. Oh, if you have item MD1. What is MD1? This is where this kind of drives me a little nuts with these. Mask of durability. Impressionable. No, I do not have that. So I cannot do that. I have a dexterity 3 or a hit 4. Cower against the boxes to hide from the beast overhead. I would have to do a dexterity 3. Or I can attack them. Attack 4. So I have to get a 4 on 2 dice. I'll tell you what. A dexterity 3 is nothing. I can cower like a... But I'm a warrior. I'm Warrior Joe. I think I'm going to attack him. Why not? Alright, let's go down and see how we do. This is a bit of a risk. But, you know, that's the kind of guy I am. Risky. Oops. Alright, let's see what happens. We need a 4. We got it. We got it. Success. Go to E60. E60. Oh, we're doing. Alright, so we're doing pretty good here. Alright, let's see how this turns out. With a battle cry, you launch yourself at the foes. They look up in surprise. You meet their furry and buzzy and blade with your own swings and kicks. The bearded one tries throwing a handful of black goo at your face, but you dodge it. Then tackle him and thrust your fist deep into his throat. He gurgles blood up into his head. Okay. The wing one leaps onto your back, stinging you. You punch it in the face and it careens against the wall. It transforms into a small gobblish being. The two lie still on the floor. From your foes, the two lie still on the floor from your foes bodily. You receive a dagger. Okay, so we get a dagger. So I'm going to write down dagger. We lose 1 vigor, which means we're down to 7. So I'm going to just cross that out and make a 7. Okay. Gain a WPN. All right, I'll just write down WPN. Also, let's find out what a WPN is. Weapon. During a hit test, this item allows you to raise 1 die by 1. Remember, unless otherwise indicated, you only may have 1 of each tag or item in particular. You may only have 1 weapon. Okay. So if I roll a 3, I can move it up to a 4. Okay? Alright. There we go. You also find a puzzling amulet. You turn it about, notice that it glows readily when near your tumor. You experiment with it, touching it to other things such as your fallen foes, bodies. Okay. I could do a with 3. Do you learn what the amulet does? Success gains item SJA. Or continue, take a look at the boxes, go to 61. Let's go for our with 3. Let's do it. All right, here we go. Oh boy. If we fail, it didn't give me anything that says, hey dude, if you fail, you're toast. So we're going to take 3 die and see what happens here. Here we go. Oh boy. 4, 5, 5, 6, and a 1. All right, I need a 4 here. I need a 4. No. Okay, so I failed it. So I failed that. It doesn't give me anything, but it does tell me to continue on because we go down to the next thing. Win or fail. Okay, I just don't get the SJA, whatever that is. So we go to 61. Runes annotate the boxes stacked near the bottom of the ramp on the opposite side of the large chamber. A small set of stairs leads to a single arch. But, my dear friends, before you have more than a moment to rest, voices echo far above, with the sounds of numerous feet shuffling down the ramp towards the chamber. I could do a with 3. Quickly decipher the box runes. Success would take me to 51. Failure would take me someplace else. I can skip over that. I don't have to. I can hide behind the boxes. I could prepare to fight whoever is coming, or dash up the stairs into the archway. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna go to E62. Let's give it a shot. And what do we got to lose? Nearly a dozen small goblin-like red caps shuffle down the ramp into the chamber. You charge and begin to smash them aside. They howl with surprise. One showers herself and her companion with sparkling dust. They transform into drooling reptilian beasts with wings and claws, then rise into the air and begin snatching at you. This is no ordinary battle. You are badly outnumbered. You now face 3 hit tests. Okay, so I'm going to go down to the table, and we are going to face our 3 hit tests. First hit test. Attempt a hit at 2 tests. Now we have 2 dice. And we have a weapon. Remember, we can manipulate the die. So I just got to get a 2 here. No problem. If I failed, I would have lost 2 vigor. Okay. My second hit test is at a 3. No problem. I passed that as well. If I failed, I would have lost 3 vigor. I'm going to face my final hit test at test 4. All right, come on. No problem. If you're still alive after all 3 hit tests, go to page 68. We passed all 3. That's how you do things around here in this What Lie Beneath dungeon. Okay. Some of the flying beasts claw you as they swoop. However, you manage to smash each as it dives towards you, which sends it heavily into the wall or the floor. Some make a splashing sound as they impact. Others make a crunching sound. Each then reverts back to the shape of a goblin-like weefolk. Each corpse neatly wearing a red cap on its head. And I'm just killing these wee folk. I hope they don't take it personally. Just saying. In their tonics, you find numerous interesting and useful items, including a skeleton key, a papers, a map fragment, and a knife. Gain the items CP1, which I already have. I can only have one of them. TMF. Okay. And weapon, which I can only find one. Roll one die and add your number of ward tags. If the total is at least 4, you learn from the documents about teaming number of red caps in the worn gains. I'm not going to come all the way down the thing. I'm just going to roll it. 6. Okay. No problem. I'm going to gain an experience. Okay, and then I'm going to learn from the documents the teaming number of red caps in these worn, gaining 1 XP. The map fragment indicates that the path through the arch leads towards higher levels, to a higher level, and eventually to outside. Proceed through the arch. Go to 70, E70. Okay. Here we go. All right. The arch opens to a sinuous tunnel. A grinding sound grows in the air, with some crushing mixed in. You arrive at a wall with 3 closed doors. The first door is the source of the grinding sound. The next has a red cap hanging outside. The third is a small double entrance. Okay, so this TMF, I have a TMF here. We're going to go back and find out what this is, because the first thing it says, do you want to use your TMF? TMF, Tunnel Map Fragment. If an encounter offers the option TMF, then you may use that option. Okay. Check for guidance. Go to E75. Or we could have done a Dex 4. Open each door slightly to peek. Enter door 1. Enter door 2. Enter door 3. Well, I'm going to use the item. I'm going to go to E75. You discover that the first door leads to a massive machine for grinding bones, and then to a passage. The red cap second door goes to a room with 20 beds for sleeping guards, and the third to a closet for storing weapons. Roll one die. If you roll less than or equal to your wit, gain 1 XP. Well, my wit's 1, so if I have to roll 1. No, I roll 3. All right. Enter the machine room. Enter the guard's sleeping room, or enter the weapons storage closet. Let's go to the weapons storage closet. Let's see what's inside there. That's page 80. Opening a small double door reveals a closet containing a rack of swords, axes, and shields. You gain a weapon and a shield. Okay, we already have a weapon, so now we just gain a shield. SHD, that's the short for shield. Now, what does a shield do? Let's go find out. How does a shield help me in this? We have to go back to shield. This item reduces your harm from enemies. Specifically, each time the encounter states that a living creature, including any animal, beast, humanoid, or sentinel being, causes you to lose 3 or more vigor, then you lose 1 fewer. Okay. All right, so. Okay, so now I have to make this decision. Do I want to enter the door to the grinding sound, E47, or enter the door 2 past the hanging cap, 86? Hey, Shannon. Let's go. Let's just bust some people up. I'm going to go door 2. East 86. Okay. The room contains a row of almost 24 beds, most occupied by sleepers. Other wee folks sit on the beds playing a dice game about raiding dungeons. At that moment, you remember part of your identity. You are a proficient dungeon crawler. Your team nicknamed you the Fox because of your ability to sneak in and out of fortified locations. Gain 1 XP and the tag Fox. So I'm going to put that down there, and I'm going to put up here tag Fox. I am a fox. Okay, in your hero name box. Or you may wait to recall your full name. No, I'm alright. One red cap begins turning to look in your direction. Do I have the MDI? No, I do not. Charge and attack. Quickly close the door and get on with investigating the grinding sound. You know, this is one time I think I'm going to skip, and I'm going to go and find out what's going on in the grinding sound. So we're going to go to E47. Because there's a bunch of them. And I'm already down one vigor. Alright, here we are. You open the door to reveal a small room almost entirely filled with a single machine. A crew of wee folk is processing corpses stacked in the corner. You gag as one of the workers slices bodies into pieces. The second worker stabs a bit of the organs, muscles, and brain on a stick, then drops them in the massive sluice where they slice along a chute. Meanwhile, a third loads the bones into the machine, which loudly grinds them into sparkling powder, collected in a bag. Gain 1 XP. Alright, so we get another XP here. Alright. 2 workers notice you and exchange a comment. I can't do the MDI because I don't have it. I could take a dexterity test too, jump past them and dive into the sluice. No. Or slay the workers. Hit 3. We're chewing those brothers up. Let's go. Let's go. I got a weapon and a shield. So, we're going to take 2 dice. Oops. We're going to roll here. Slay workers. Hit 3. Oh. That's bad. That's 2. But, because I have a weapon, I get to manipulate the dice up 1. So, it's 3. Success. Either walk out of the room or go to 91, or exit via the sluice and go to 84. Failure, go to 81. I think we're... let's go to 84. We'll exit via the sluice or the slide or whatever they call on it. Okay, 84. Well, this ain't going to be good. You slide down the steep sluice filled with organs. Ugh. Blood lubricates the chute, and you slip along to land inside the deep pit filled with rotting meat. Oh, this is gross. The fluid among the body parts is watery, diluted black ooze. You feel it starting to seep into your body like quicksand. The mixture of organs and fluid restrain your movements, yet it threatens to drown you in this vicarious pool. Your only hope is to swim across the pit to the drainage opening and wedge yourself through it. Attempt a dexterity 5 test. Oof. Alright, let's see. Dexterity 5. Yeah, boy, that's going to be a long one. But I do have 2 dexterity, so here we go. So that's going to go here. Alright. so let's see if I can just hit this bad boy. From 5 inches, which will be right about there. All right, here we go. Let's see if I can do this. Oh. Let's do it again. Oh, I failed. If you fail, gain 1 karma tag, lose 1 vigor, then repeat. Oh, wow. So I'm down to 6. And I got 2 karma tags. And repeat, gaining 1 karma and losing vigor each time until you succeed or until you die. Okay. All right, I'm going to get this. Here we go. Oh, I almost got it. Oh, now I'm down to 5. Oh no, 3 karma tags. Oh, this is gross. Gross. If you live, good luck. All right, here we go. 1. Got it. It just barely touched. If you live, go to 15. All right, which I did. I lived. Jeez. All right, passing through the opening, you find yourself in a short tunnel. Ascending proves treacherous as a mysterious goo lines the walls, lines the floor. The tunnel rises for a while, then descending into a cavern so large that darkness swallows the ceiling. More goo reeking with an overpowering stench of materials and rotten meat itch down from the walls into the rough-hewn trench along the floor. The same goo flows into a wide pool, surrounded by a steep but shallow side. A glowing orb floats with lavender light atop the black ooze. The wall ahead has a gap indicating an exit from the room. Investigate the orb. I can use my SJ. No, I don't have the SJA. Remember? Dex 5. Try to grab the orb from the goo pool. No thanks. Ignore the orb and leave. Let's go to E. Yeah, let's leave and go to E35. Man, there's a lot of garbage in here. As you leave the chamber, you slip in a gooey patch of the tunnel, staggering against the wall and stumble right through it as if it was a mirage. You find yourself in a chamber adorned with splendid objects. At the center of the room lays the skeleton of an alligator, sparkling slightly. Gems and swords and gold coins shimmer in an enormous heap. As you approach the pile, the alligator skeleton suddenly begins to rise. It has a rasp and rattles. Sharp teeth and claws glisten with a yellow hue. In the light reflected by the gold, you look back and find that the walls is thickly covered with goo. Its only obvious exits are window-like openings beyond the skeleton. Should I do a Dex 3 and try to slide past the alligator? Should I do a hit 5, fight the alligator skeleton? Or continue, search the gooey wall behind you for an opening so you can reverse your course. No, we're not cowards. We're going to fight the alligator. I'm going to fight the alligator. Hit 5? Yeah, okay. Let's do it. So, here we go. We're going to go down to our table here. Hit 5. 2 dice. Yeah, no problem. Go to E13. You strike the alligator repeatedly. Bones fly from its torso and skull. It swings its tail towards you, which you leap over to avoid. You land, planting your feet in position to kick its groin. It's a skeleton. It doesn't have a groin. The pelvis shatters as your kick connects, and the brittle crackling echoes throughout the room. When silence finally returns to the room, you pick through the treasures. You find a great deal of gold coins, which you're unlikely to spend in a crypt. In addition to a sword, you find a resplendent crown, burnished metal. Ornament adorns the slides of the crown, each glowing with a blue light. When you touch it, your mind comes alive with imagination. Okay, so I got a weapon. I get a CJI. I don't know what that is. We'll take it. And then a BHG. Man, we got it going here. Item, SJA. Search the treasure using your magic. I don't have that. Wit 5. I don't want to do it. Search the treasure using your wits. Or continue and exit the chamber. No, there's no penalty for that. Okay. So we're going to try it anyway. So we're going to try our Wit 5 again. Oh, how about if I go to the right thing? All right. Here we go. Wit 5. Wit 5. My brothers. So we're going to put those two up there like that. There's one. And then right there. So I got to Wit 5 this thing. Here we go. Here we go. Dexterity. Here we go. Oh! That's one fail. All right, but I do get 2 shots at it. All right, here we go. Here we go. Come on. Oh, I hit it. Success. Go to 67. You find a mask resembling a hideous gargoyle. It's bundled in a robe adorned with runes indicating powerful magic. Okay. In the reflection of the mirror, also buried among the treasure, you see a blurry face similar to your own, but perhaps less haggard than you feel. The robe causes your body to appear healthier and blurrier. This outfit, it seems, creates an appearance approximating that of the viewer. Gain an MDI. Oh, we were looking for an MDI. We could have used that earlier. MDI. Proceeds through the window-like exit, E16. Alright, let's go there. You exit into a corridor lined with chests, with their locks look small and easily smashed. Although some chests have rooms in the shape of flasks and other items, many also have runes of warning. We're gonna ignore those chests because it says only open the safe chest. Open some chests that look promising. No, I'm not going to take a chance. Ignore the chest and follow the corridor. E44. And what time is it? We've been on for 54 minutes, so we're going to... which one? E44. We're going to save this game, and we're going to finish it on Sunday. Okay. Matter of fact, why don't we just leave that there? We're going to head through the corridor. We're going to find out what happens. And what's kind of neat is that all we have to do is put in our encounter page, 44, and that acts like a save. All right, there we go. All right, easy enough. So, Sunday on our weekly get-together, that's what we're going to do. We are going to... We'll continue on with this because the jury's still out on this. Okay, dexterity things, they're kind of... I can't argue that the little Yahtzee thing and the dexterity thing isn't fun. Does it take you out a little bit? Well, doesn't any dice throwing or anything like that. but kind of interesting, adds a uniqueness to it. And I don't think, I didn't think I was going to like it as much. It took me a little while to get used to. And I've done this a few times. And the more I do it, the more I kind of like it. So, like I said, this is what we do now. We try things until we figure it out. We just don't go on our first impression. Okay? So, we looked at it on Sunday. I did the review on it after playing it once or twice. And then, we come here and I do it with you guys. And you go kind of, this isn't that bad. I'm looking forward to see what happens on Sunday. All right? So, sometimes new takes a little to get used to. All right? So, you can get this over at Amazon. All right? Also, I want to tell you that today on the back room, that lasts till Friday, one of the things that I noticed that I thought was a fantastic deal was Secrets of the Lost Station. Okay? It's $45. The game was originally $200. Now, if you're not sure about it, I called Miniature Market. I said, well, try to sell as many as you can this week. But if there's a chance that people are on the fence about it and want to see me do this, what I'm going to do is I am going to dig mine out and do a little bit of a playthrough. All right? And then, you guys can check it out. You guys can play it. I think you might find that you like it. Okay? So we'll take it from there. Okay? We'll see how they go about it and we figure it out. But really interesting. Okay? Really interesting. So, that about concludes that. We'll be back on Sunday as always. And you can also get this from Fervent Workshop. You can get this. Neat. It grows on me a bit. It really does. And that's why I don't like being harsh. And that's why I said we'll come live. We'll try it together, and you can make your own determination. I think it takes a little getting used to, though, especially if you're an old school dungeon crawler like myself. But that's why we do what we do. All right, Zablik. He donated, so number one, we have to draw a mystery coin out of the box here. And we turn it here. If the coin has a marking on it, he will be sent something. But it does not. So, as a secondary cautionary tale, hopefully he gets the big G. Ooh, but you did get a second roar. That's kind of a consolation. He kind of felt bad for you. So Zebek, thank you so much for the donation. I appreciate it more than you will ever know. It helps immensely. All right. I love you all. We will see you. We got videos the rest of the week. Matter of fact, I just filmed some stuff, and I am working on something I'm really enjoying. And that is, I'm showing you a small box because I'm picking up the big box. RuneScape Kingdoms. We're going to be taking a look at that next week. We got a lot of stuff going on, a lot of really cool stuff. So let's just stick with it and just keep on the course, and we'll see where we go with the channel. Until next time, my dear friends, this is your old pal Rob saying, we'll see you soon, everybody.